Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's lesson, we will see how we can log into the freshly installed WordPress site and how we can make changes or updates to our site to make it more user friendly. Now, first of all, we will have to run our site on our local system. We will have to run our WAMP server. So yes, last time we have installed in the first lesson we have installed WAMP server, and today we will start that WAMP server again. Yes, okay. Now, as you can see in my system tray, this green colored WAMP server icon, this green colored icon shows that now it's properly running. If this icon is not green, if it is red or orange, that means there is some issue with the WAMP server. But if it is green, that means it is working properly. Sometimes actually, as you use this WAMP server with Skype or any other software which uses the ports for the communication, they actually conflict with WAMP server, and they actually prevent this WAMP server to become green and the WAMP server remains orange or red. In that situation, you have to actually quit that application. For example, as I told you, sometimes Skype's create a conflict with WAMP server. So you need to actually quit Skype from the system tree, and you will have to restart the WAMP server. Or as I can show you, you have to restart. You have to stop all services, and then you will have to start all services again. Or in short, you can actually click on restart all services after closing the Skype or any other software which is conflicting with your WAMP server. So as you stop all other things that are conflicting with WAMP server, then you can actually restart all services, and after that you will see that this icon will become green instead of red or orange. So this is how you can remove the conflict of WAMP server with other softwares. There are actually other ways to remove that conflict as well, but these are advanced ways that we will discuss later on in this course. But today, simplest solution is to quit the Skype or any other service that is conflicting with WAMP server, and you can simply resume your working. Now, WAMP server is started now and it is green. I'll click on localhost. Now the localhost will open in my Firefox, as I have told you yesterday. Now the name of the site or the folder in which I had installed that site is this one, WAMP www, and the first project. So this is the name of my website. Okay, to go to the site, you have to write localhost, and then the name of the folder in which you have installed WordPress, and then wp-admin, and click enter. Whatever your location of the site is, you have to write wp-admin after that, wp-admin after that, and click enter, and you will come to the basic login page. I will give you this URL in the video description for the login link. Now I will write admin. This is the username, the first username for the site. This admin has been given during the installation of the WordPress. If you remember that or not, if you want to see that, you have to go to the lesson number 1, in which we have given this admin as a user, and we have given the password, this password, there at the time of the installation of WordPress. Now I'll click on login and it will take me to this page. This is called the dashboard or the back end of WordPress. Now to see the front end of the WordPress, I'll hover over the name of the site and right click on visit site and open new tab. So here is the front end of the site and here we can see the back end of the site. Now first thing to do with the site is we have to understand these options which are available on the left side of the page. This is called the admin menu. So we'll start with the theme. We'll go for appearance and themes. Here we have some themes already installed. Themes are basically pre-developed designs or layouts of the sites which you can use to make your site. But because our intention is to go advanced in WordPress, so instead of using these pre-developed themes, we will develop our own theme and make the customizations into that theme. Now we can use this already installed theme as well. This is theme which is already available, but we can add our new theme. Go for add new. The most convenient theme to modify is 2012. Now this is the 2012 theme. You can see the basic layout. I'll click on install. Okay, now the theme is installed. Now I have to activate this theme to become the front end of this page. So I will activate this theme. Now the theme is activated. Now if I refresh this page, the design of the page is changed. Now let me introduce you with the basic structure of a site now, because on this theme you can see the basic structure of the site very clearly. So this portion, the top portion of the site is called the header. The second portion, this one is called the navigation or the menu bar. It is called navigation bar, or it can also be called menu bar. The third portion is this left side of the page. This is the primary portion, or you can say the content portion of the site. And here on the right side we have the sidebar of the site. And then at the bottom of the page, this portion, this whole block is called the footer of the site. Let me tell you again by using this thing. So this is the header. The second block is called the menu bar or the navigation bar. This one. The third portion is called, this one is called the content portion, where we will put the page content, and this right side portion is called the sidebar, and this bottom portion of the page is called footer. Now this gray outline is the body of the page. This is called the body, the whole body. So everything of the site or everything of the page is in the body of the site. Okay, next thing we need to do with the site is to change this top portion where it is written first project. So we have to place the logo of the company for which we are trying to make the site. Now sometimes normally the client gives you the logo to put into the site, or sometimes if it's our own site or the client hasn't given us any logo, so we have to make a logo ourselves in that scenario. So to make a logo, what I use is this one. This is called Photoshop, and I have the CS3 version of Photoshop. Not a very advanced Photoshop is required to make a logo, so I'm using a very basic Photoshop version to make a logo. So we go for File and New. Most of the time the size of the logo is almost, the width is 250 and the height is 80. That depends on the client's requirement, how big the client wants the logo to be, but for now we are using 250 px pixel, means px dots. We are using 250 pixels width and 80 pixels height. If I click OK, it will give me this working area where we have this white background. This is the background image of the page of the logo, sorry. Now we just need a very basic knowledge of Photoshop to make up a logo. So to create a logo, we'll click on this T. This is the toolbar to write down text. So I'll click on T and pick up this first T, and I'll paste it here. I'll say st first project. And unfortunately in my settings this is the caps lock that was on. I can off this caps lock. Now all the words are showing as I have typed them. The capitals are showing as capitals and the smalls are showing as smalls. Some portion of the text is not showing, so to show that portion we have to go to the image menu and we'll click on reveal all. Reveal all means show all the text of the image. So I'll go for image and reveal all. Now it will show me the whole text. Now normally the site gives a logo which is basically transparent. So to make this logo transparent without background, without white background, I will remove this background layer. So if I right click on the background layer and click delete layer and then yes, now this background is removed. I'll place this text properly. Okay, so I'm placing this text in the middle of this portion, and next what I can do is I can actually go to image menu and click on trim. Okay, now that trim will remove all the additional spaces from top, right, bottom and left side of the image. Now next thing I need to do is I need to change the color of this text. So I'll click here and okay, one important thing that you need to know at this point is if this toolbar is not showing, how to show it or how to hide it. So to show this toolbar, you have to go to Windows menu and click character. If it's already checked, that means it is showing. So if I click it again, it will hide it. I can make it visible again by clicking character. Now it is visible again. The next thing I can do is I can show the layers as well. These are the two main important things that needs to be visible always while you are working on any design of the site. So here we have changed the color of the logo. Now we need to save it. I'll go for file, and to save it, to use it on a web page, we have to select this option, save for web and devices. Now I'll click save for web and devices. These are different formats available to save the logo. Now if I select GIF, it will only show the logo in very basic colors. The size of the file will be very small, but it will show only the basic colors, and the quality of the logo will damage in that way. So we can use the second option, which is called JPEG. Now with JPEG, the quality of the image will be very wonderful, but JPEG images have their own background. So if there is no background, it will show white as a background. But if the image already has a background, so it saves it as including the background. The third option and the most important option that we use to save the images is the PNG24. So if I select this one, the quality of the image will be good, as well as it will remove the background of the logo. Size will be slightly bigger than JPEG and GIF, but the quality will be good, and the logo will not have any background. I'll show you once I will place this logo on the side. You will see what I'm talking about. Now I'll save it as logo.png, and the file was already available, so I have to overwrite the file, and now the file is overwritten. Now this is the logo that is in the lesson number 2. Okay, now to change the logo of the theme, we are already in appearance and themes, and last time we have installed this 2012 theme. Okay, now before doing anything else, one thing that I forgot initially is, as we have installed this theme onto the WordPress, this one 2012. Now as we install a new theme, the theme comes in to our project on the site that we are making. Theme comes to this project in the form of files. So we need to know where these files are actually available as we install a theme. So we have to go to WAMP www folder, then the first project folder. From here we can go for WP content. In WP content we have a themes folder. So every theme that we install in our WordPress comes into our themes folder. We already have many themes installed into the system, and we have this one that we have newly installed. At this point we can actually, it's good to actually remove all the unused themes and just to keep the one that we are currently using or customizing. So I am removing all the other themes. This will just reduce the load of the site and the size of the site. So as the size reduces, the load of the site and the load time of the site also becomes very good. Now this is the 2012 site, the theme that we had installed. Now as I open this 2012 theme, we get these files. Now as we have seen the structure of the site, I can simply give you a brief of these files which are in the theme or which came with the theme. Now as we have seen the structure, we have a header portion on the top of the page, and this header.php basically handles that header portion of the site. Second thing that we had seen in the structure is the footer. So this is footer.php, and this file actually deals with the footer portion of the page. Now header of the page includes basically includes this portion, the header of the page including the navigation bar of the page, and the footer of the page is this portion. So the footer.php file handles this portion, and rest of this portion is actually handled by a file called page.php. Here we have here we have page.php. So this the file actually handles the page portion of the page, means the middle portion, the body, the middle portion of the page basically, not the body. Okay, so we have some other files as well. We have a category.php. We will see it later on as these things come into the play. Then we have single.php. We'll see all these files as we will proceed with the development. Now, first thing to know was that as we install a theme, we get these files in our themes folder, WP content themes folder, and the theme name folder. We get these files and we can modify these files to make our site. Now, next thing is we need to actually, as we have created a logo last time, now we have to place that logo onto our site here at this place. At this place we have to place the logo. Now, to place the logo at this point, unfortunately we will have to go to the code directly, and we will put it as img tag into that portion, and that image will start displaying. Now, the first thing is first, as we have created a logo for the site, now we will have to first we have to upload that logo onto the site. To upload, we use this media library. This media library is the portion where we can actually upload the images that are used on the site, that will be used on the site. So we'll upload those images from here. So if I click on library, it will show the images that we have already uploaded. For now there is no image, so it's showing nothing. I'll click on add new, and then from here I will select a file. Now this is the image that we have made. I'll click on this image and this image is uploaded. Now, next thing to do is to get the address where this image is basically uploaded. So I will click on the image, and here is the location on which this image is uploaded. So I have to copy this location and I will place it in my theme file, and as I told you, the file will be header.php. So I am going to open this header.php and place that image into this header.php. So to do that, I will open this header.php in Notepad. Okay, in Notepad actually this is hard to understand, so the software that we are going to use for that will be Dreamweaver. I will give you the name in the video description, but Dreamweaver is also a software that comes with Adobe package. It is called Adobe Dreamweaver. I have a CS3 version of Adobe Dreamweaver, so I am going to open that Dreamweaver now, and I will come back as it completely opens. Okay, here it is opening. Okay, here my Adobe Dreamweaver is open. Sorry, I told you I have CS3 version, but I have CS4 version of Adobe Dreamweaver. And now I am going to open my file in this Dreamweaver. Right click and open with, and Dreamweaver. So now the file will open. My header.php file will open in Dreamweaver. Okay, in Notepad, as I previously opened, it was not that clear, the code was not that visible. Now I can see here is my code, and I have to place my logo image here somewhere. So if you know HTML, it will be easier for you to locate the place where you have to put it, but let me give you a simple idea. As you can see here, if you come here, your cursor becomes hand shaped, means it's like a hand. Now a cursor becomes hand when there is a link behind this place. So I know that there is a link behind this place, so that will be an anchor. Is this A is called anchor. So anchor is a tag, HTML tag, that is actually used to make links. So here is the start of the anchor up till this point, and after that this is called the closing of a tag. In HTML, when a tag is opened, it has to be closed as well. For example, let me show you clearly. Now this is my anchor which is opened here. Now here is closing, and here is my h1 tag. So I can see h1 is starting from here. h1 is also a tag, so h1 starts from here and it is closed here. Closing is represented as this slash. So the h1 starts without slash, this, and closes here. Okay, now we have a h2 as well. h2 starts here and it closes here. This is the complete opening of h2, and this is the closing of h2, and the information is given between the starting and the closing of a tag. This is how HTML is used, that each tag opens and then it closes and everything is placed between that tag. Now here we have this anchor starting, and this is the anchor ending location. As you can see, here's the anchor. Now we will actually change the text within that anchor. We will replace this text with img tag, image tag, that will show the logo of the site. Now I'll write down img src equals to, and within these double quotes we'll write, this is the URL of the image that we had copied from this media library. If you remember that or not, click here, and this is the address of the image that we have uploaded in the media library. So I'm pasting this URL or link or address here, and we will have to close this img tag. Unfortunately, the closing style of the img tag is slightly different from all other tags of the HTML, so the image tag is closed like this, and we are going to save this file, header file, and we will refresh our page, and now the logo is placed on the page. If we click on this logo, it will load the home URL of the page. Okay, I am closing the lesson number 2 here. Now, just to summarize what we have learned in this lesson number 2 is how we can log in to the dashboard of the site. Secondly, what we have learned is how we can change the theme of the site. To summarize it, you have to go to appearance and the themes, and then from there you can add new theme and select or search for the theme that you want to install, and then you will install it and activate the theme. Third thing that we have learned is how to use this media library. So if we want to use an image onto the site, we have to upload that image first, and first to the media library, and once it is uploaded to the media library, that you can easily use that image onto your site. And last thing that we have learned today is the structure of the site of a WordPress page, and how we can change the items or the objects available on the page. So now onwards, in lesson number 3, I will tell you some things about how to change this navigation menu, how we can modify this content area, how this sidebar can be customized according to the requirement, and how we can make changes to the footer as well. So we will meet in lesson number 3, and we will learn all these things in lesson number 3. Thank you.